I'm going to introduce Bernie McCain. And Bernie McCain, 40-year veteran broadcaster, is XM Satellite Radio's premier talk show host of the Dean's Talk Room on channel 169, The Power. Bernie's distinctive style informs audiences with the finesse of an entertainer and the power of a prize fighter. With his distinctive passion for the truth, Bernie explores the human interest that dwells beneath the surface of every headline. His stellar reputation and savvy style have also landed him interviews with some of the greatest minds of our time. His passion for broadcasting began at WNJR in Newark, New Jersey. His popularity has led him to work in 9 markets throughout the U.S., along with working and living throughout Europe, Africa, Central, and South Americas. It is this very exposure and experience that makes him one of the most respected and sought-after talk show hosts in the country. So without further ado, I introduce Bernie McCain.
When I was asked to introduce Scott Royster, I have to let you know that I stood back and said, yeah, I'd like to do that. I figured that there were so many other people who knew him better than I. I don't know whether or not they respect him more than I do. I don't know whether or not they've learned more from his tutelage standing off than I have. I now own a mortgage brokerage firm. We're about to open 2 more next year. I also own a series of dollar stores. I started listening to what he had to say by challenging what he had to say and listening to his comeback because of the clarity and the conviction of what he knew, thought, believed, and could show you. I'm an investor in Radio 1. Every time, and he'll tell you, I see him, I see Alfred Liggins, I say thank you. I say thank you for my children because that money goes into their trust. That money will grow and continue to grow because of the leadership, the intelligence, the farsightedness of Scott Royster. Very often, we want to enrich ourselves. We want the ability and the opportunity to gain some amount of wealth for ourselves. Something that I learned a while ago was that happens a lot easier and a lot better with the level of intellect that we gain from others. It's not necessary to reinvent the wheel, but it is necessary to pay attention to the wagon master. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott R. Royster has been the chief, let me not cheat on this, I gotta put these on. Has been the chief financial officer of Radio 1, Inc. since 1996, the executive vice president, CFO since 1997, and prior to joining Radio 1, Inc., he served as an independent consultant to Radio 1. From 1995 to 1996, Mr. Royster has been a principal at TSG Capital Group, LLC, a private equity firm which has been an investor in Radio 1 since 1987. Scott Royster also served as a principal at Capital Resource Partners, a private capital investment firm in Boston, Massachusetts from 1992 to 1995. And Scott Royster began his career in the investment banking division of Chemical Bank and later served as an analyst at Chemical Venture Partners and the venture capital subsidiary of Chemical Bank, and Capital Partners and Chase Manhattan Bank, or J.P. Morgan Chase. Now, since becoming CFO of Radio 1, Inc., Scott Royster has been instrumental in helping orchestrate the company's aggressive expansion via acquisitions. Its 1997 and 2001 public high-yield bond offerings and May 1999 initial public offerings and 4 follow-up on-equity offerings in which it raised over $1 billion with a B, of equity capital. Radio One's current $2+ billion market capitalization makes it the largest publicly traded African American company ever. Can you applaud? He is a graduate of Duke University. That's good. That's where my stepdaughter's going. That's all right. He is out of the Harvard Business School, and he is a Lester Crown Fellow at the Aspen Institute. Now, after we give all of that nomenclature, and very often we feel though it is necessary that we are able to give and make sure that we have all of the T's crossed and the I's dotted so that we can then introduce. I'm far more introducing the man who has the skill, the ability, and the intellect to make a difference in my children's future. Because by him being able to do that, and for me to sit and listen to the lesson, we all benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott R. Royster.